Okay, hello. In the last video was talking about Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And I started doing a little bit of a waffle in there, and I mentioned that I've been working on this thing here, and so now I'm doing a video on it so you can see what I was talking about. Okay, for those of you who haven't seen that other video or whatever, what I'm dealing with here is I've taken the first 24 digits of the numbers that we call pi and the numbers that we call phi, okay, and what I've done is I've added the first 24 digits each number together and then reduced them, and then I've put them in a cycle, yeah, because of our Fibonacci and Lucas numbers and pi numbers being in a secular format of 24 digits, just like we have 24 hours in a day and years are divided into 12s, etc. It's kind of interesting with how all this stuff works, but I don't know, maybe that's why, or part of the reason, why the year divides as it does. I'm not sure, and time divides as it does. But anyway, for whatever, I don't know why I was doing that. I just thought it'd be interesting just to see if there was any interesting connections with these two numbers being added together and then put in a cycle together, so basically just number doodling. So this is the kind of what I was doing, well, let's put a point in there and a point in here. So we've got the numbers of pi and phi, and so if you took the first two digits, add them together, 4, okay. The second two digits, 7, okay. Next two digits, 4 plus 1, 5, okay. And if you get a double digit, you just reduce it down to a single. So if you get an outcome that's like 9 plus 9 is 18, you reduce that back down to a 9. But anyway, this is what I was doing. So I took the first 24 digits of both of those transcendental numbers. So I just took the first 24 and then added each digit together and reduced it, and this then put it in a cycle. Okay, so this is what you see here. This kind of wheel thing is the cycle of those two things added together and reduced. What we'll notice is that our first number at the top of this thing, the start of this thing, is 4. Okay, and the number that balances with that is opposite it on the wheel is the number 9. So we've got 4 9 straight away showing up. And then across from that, what we have is 7 5. If we make a cross in this, if we come straight up and down, let's just do it without having to really mess the whole thing up, and we go across this way, these are the numbers we've got. Okay, 4 7, interesting with Donald Trump right now, 47th. Okay, there's the 5 9 in here as well, 79 as well, with the reference to gold, atomic number of gold, 79. And so you can pick out several interesting things again with Donald Trump. 45, the 45th president, the 47th president, 9/11, yeah. 4 plus 5, 9, 7 plus 4, 11. Okay, so there's some interesting stuff already, just on the quarters here. But as we go through here, there's a 33, there's a 77, we've got the 96 playing out here as well. But what's really interesting, we get this last quarter here, and we've got the 666, okay, leading up to this thing, okay. Again with the gold and the briefcase number in Pulp Fiction. I don't know, but anyway, we've got the 666 coming up, okay, and then we've also got the 623, okay, and the Hoover Dam is 3,260. I don't know how many days today, what day of the year we're on, I don't know. and whatever day of the year we're on will be the end number there. Okay. Actually, we could just go to have a look what day that was. So that would have been March the 7th, that particular last quarter date there, March the 7th. That is kind of interesting, because even though this is not, let me show you why that's interesting, because if you look at 66 here and what that correlates with 299, if we run through to 49 now, you'll see that we've got kind of just a different version of that. Where are we at? April. Okay, so now we've got 99 on 49. We've got 99 and 266. So again, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? With the 6-9 sort of reversal thing going on. Okay, let's go back to this. So there's some interesting tie-in stuff here, and again, we've got this 75, and if we go 75 days, I've got it down in this bottom corner if you can look down here. If we go 75 days from 49, it's going to take us to 623. So it's just super interesting. I don't know how else to say it, but it's just super interesting. 49 will go 75 days, and it's going to take us to this bloody number here that's right before the start of this thing again, or right at the end of this thing. Yeah. And again, the date we're looking at for the Hoover Dam, from the Hoover Dam's birthday, is 32,600, and on 49 it will be 99 days. Okay. Anyway, a couple other things you can do here with this is these numbers down here. What this is here is this is a further reduction of the cycle right here. Okay. And how you do that, or how I've done it here, is what I did is I took whatever numbers on one side and whatever numbers on the other side, and I basically just added them together and reduced them, and then you just keep going around like that. So 4 and 9 comes out to 13, reduces to 4. Okay. 7 plus 6 is 13, reduces to 4. Okay. So forth and so on. 5 plus 9 is 14, reduces to 5. Okay. Anytime you do a reduction with 9, it's just the number, whatever number you had on with it, and so you go through like this, and you end up with a 12-digit cycle. Okay. And there's some interesting numbers in here. You can pick out some interesting stuff. But if you carry on further, you can do the same thing again. So if I was reducing this just in a number line, what I need to do is, if you were to put this around in a circle, what would be opposite is, like this 4 would be opposite the 3, okay, here, and then so forth and so on. Okay, that's why I've got this yellow line right here, because this is the middle of the, or where the numbers, this is the middle of the cycle. Okay, so this is one half, this is the other half, and you just add up, in order again. Okay, so that 4 and 3, and then you add the next 4 and 3, and then you add the 5 and the 1. Okay, so forth and so on, and you end up with these numbers when you reduce those down again. 7, 7, 6, 6, 2, 7. And again, if you go ahead and reduce this cycle further, so now we're going to be looking, there's the middle there, and you come over 7 plus 6, okay, is 13, 4. 7 plus 2 is 9, 9, okay, 6 plus 7, 13, 4. So what this reduces down to is really, this is the end kind of reduction here, I would say, for actually reducing the cycle. It reduces down to 494. Yeah, absolutely fascinating. Then it comes back out with basically the numbers that are straight up and down on this cycle to begin with. Whether or not all cycles do that or not, I don't know. I'm not sure, but that is definitely interesting. I guess you could reduce it further, which is what I've done here. You could add the 4 to the 9 and then the 9 to the 4 individually, and you'd get 44. and then I guess you could add them together and get an 8. And of course, everything that we've been dealing with Pluto is, these are the two main numbers, I would say, with Pluto, 4 and 8. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for the video. I just thought it was fascinating, you know. Again, just number doodling. I thought, ooh, I wonder, you know, because everybody been talking so much about pi and with the pi moon and everything. I thought, well, there's this gold reference here with phi, the golden ratio, gold, you know. Let's join those two things together. You know, one's dealing with, essentially, you know, when you're using pi, you're breaking down a circle, okay? In fact, if you would take the circumference and divide by pi, it's going to give you, you know, the direct route across, if you like. I don't know if that's maybe thinking about the wrong way, but you know, the cycle itself and pi is giving you sort of balance between two sides of that thing. So that's, you know, kind of interesting with the idea of balancing cycles. And again, what phi is basically just a cycle that looks like this. So I mean, again, with the ear wound with Donald Trump, but the spiral pattern, you know, really what you're getting is this. You can't really tell. You know, it's just going around on top of one another. If you looked from the side, it would kind of be like a slinky, yeah. So again, phi is fascinating again with the idea of keeping things balanced in a cycle. Okay, I'm not really quite sure how to explain it, but anyway, I just thought it was interesting. This is the kind of crazy stuff that I get up to in my spare time when I've got a few minutes. I'm number doodling. Sometimes I find interesting stuff, sometimes I find stuff that is just complete twaddle, but I don't know. Thanks for watching. I'm done for tonight. I'll catch you on another one soon. Alright, cheers, bye.